He didn't get the deal that was written on paper, and that's always happens with these 360 incentive deals. It's guaranteed to happen in some course of the contract. The label's going to pull out from under you because of taxes and other things that are unspoken of inside the contract. And it's unfortunate for me because he didn't see it coming, and most artists don't because they look at the label as a means of mass distribution and publication. Because really, in this day and time, a major music label is only going to really make you popular, but it's not guaranteeing you any money. That's a total.
Of the freedom of speech.
The other side of the non-disclosure agreements, the agreements.
Right. Then you had Meek Mill came out back late October, and he pretty much came out and said he hasn't got paid for music, and he said he doesn't know how much the labels are making off of him. And then we looked at his contract situation or his label situation. You got Rock Nation Management, I think Atlantic, and then MMG, Rick Ross. To talk about his situation. He ain't really elaborated more since then, but what do you think is going on with that situation with Meek?
Atypical. And I know some artists, I don't want to upset some artists, but you put it out there, you shouldn't sign to a rapper.
Talk about it.
If you're an MC, you're a rapper, why would you sign to someone who's still a rapper? What makes you think that you're going to be released at a period that may conflict with a rapper that's still producing music? It makes absolutely no sense. I really don't understand what even motivated Meek to take that deal. That was a bad deal to begin with because you had too many hands in it. You got Atlantic, and Atlantic has a subsidiary deal with Ross, and then Ross goes and gives him an incentive deal. It's always incentive based. Right. It's never guaranteed money. And, unfortunately for Meek, what happened was he got an advance and he took that advance to promote himself. And once he did that, he had nothing left. And so now when he wants to recoup, the label doesn't have his back because they're saying, hey, you got to wait till, I'm sure they're telling him, wait to this quarter when we allocate our funds, we'll distribute it. But that quarter's never going to come.
Right. And then you look at Dream Chasers as well. Like what happened to that is no artist came out, really from Dream Chasers. Like there's no new artists. What do you think? So what you're saying, I'm saying is true. Like all the subsidiary, different companies under that, the MMG, the Dream Chasers, nothing. Now he's saying he ain't getting paid no more. So what's the remedy, though? What's the remedy for Meek Mill? What like long term? What should he do? What could he do to remedy the situation?
Well, first off, I wouldn't give my label an ounce of music again. They're not going to get that. Second of all, he's going to have to legally bring some charges to the table, in the form of misinformation and fraud, because that's really what it was. He didn't get the deal that was written on paper, and that's always happens with these 360 incentive deals. It's guaranteed to happen in some course of the contract. The label's going to pull out from under you because of taxes and other things that are unspoken of inside the contract. And it's unfortunate for me because he didn't see it coming, and most artists don't because they look at the label as a means of mass distribution and publication. Because really, in this day and time, a major music label is only going to really make you popular, but it's not guaranteeing you any money. That's a totally different situation. I mean, when you look at Spotify, 45,000 spins or streams, you start making money, $3 to $5 a stream. All right, so $35 a stream gets you $1,000, and then you reach the upper tier at $1 million with Spotify. When you look at YouTube is like from $1,600 to $2,500. You start making money, and then you go upper tier at $1 million. Then when you look at Apple pays when you start reaching 6,500 streams, and then you start getting upper tier at about $1 million. So when you look at those numbers, what do I need a major label for? If I already have a popular social following, I don't need the label. But the label, some artists are just under the impression that that music label is going to give them more notoriety than what they already have.
You look at Meek Mill and other rappers and other entertainers, and they fly in private jets and they bring all these expensive jewelry and driving all these expensive cars and give that allure as though they're rich and they're famous. And you wonder who is enabling these fools to do that when you know realistically they're not making any money. I thought Meek Mill dropped the album last month or so, and a lot of people said it was great, this and that. Oh God, and I weren't really feeling it. We rock with Meek Mill, vote for Meek Mill, wanted that album to be dope, but it wasn't up to par. It almost seemed like it was rushed to get out of a contract situation. Thanks. Like, here's the shit. I'm going to do a couple videos. I'm going to do one little media run, and I'm not giving this shit any more promotion. Get me the fuck out of this contract.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Is that kind of what was happening in that situation? Talk about that.
Yeah, that's spot on. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What it is Meek Mill made a gesture. He made a posture. I'm going to give you the music that I had on my ADAT sitting there. I'm not producing anything. Why would I? And why would an artist do that? If you're not going to pay me, I'm not going to put the labor in that is incurrent to being paid. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I do agree. I think that it was music that has been sitting up for it probably a few years. Because I listened to the album too, and it sounded almost like a dated Meek Mill. It didn't sound current to me, but you know, that's my personal opinion. Yeah. So I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, okay, Meek is saying I'm not dealing with this.
Indeed.
Where does Rick Ross stand in all this, in your opinion? Is he, you know, the devil's advocate, or is he, you know, kind of like the guy, like, you know, I'm not gonna really do, dog.
You know, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest. Rick Ross is about Rick Ross. When you put an artist in the position of a subsidiary deal, and they're the president, and they're the label owner, he's going to look out for himself. Because at the end of the day, he's still an employee of Atlantic. Mm-hmm. So that money he got up front, he just didn't share it. That's just what it is, and I think that's unfortunate. That's really what it is, but it's unfortunate.
Indeed. Now, I don't know if we said it on camera or off camera, but we were at the All Black National Convention.
God driving, Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh, God driving, Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Go gang.